Yeah, okay. Okay, then let us start with a small meditation and then we'll go into the text. Okay. Yeah. So as usual, sit erect, comfort position. You're sitting cross-legged on the ground, fine. Sit in whatever position you're comfortable. Like in yoga, we will say Sukhasana. Sukhasana, sitting cross-legged. Okay. For me, this is Sukhasana. What is Sukhasana? Sukhena Brahma Chintanam Bhavati. Very comfortably, you can think of Brahman. Natu Sharira Pidanam. Shankara says that, not troubling your body. Okay. So sit, water comfort. Yeah. If you're sitting on a chair or something, see that your feet are grounded. Sitting cross-legged, no issues. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we sit erect. First, to relax the body. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Spine erect, but relaxed. Yeah. Relax your body. Facial muscles relaxed. No frown on your face, etc. Neck muscles relaxed. Shoulders, drop them, relaxed. You're finding it difficult to drop your shoulders. See that your scapula, the back, you drop that. Especially those of you into yoga, etc. You drop that, you find it very comfortable. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides, upper back, lower back, all relaxed. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles, quadriceps, hamstrings relaxed. Knees relaxed. Calf and shin relaxed. Ankles, feet and toes relaxed. Look at this body in one sweep of vision from the head to the toe. It's relaxed. To help you quieten the mind further, just pay attention to your breathing. Breathing happening. You're just witnessing it. Feel the breath in your nostrils. You can sense it at the back of your throat. Gentle breath, filling up your lungs. As the inhalation goes in, is the diaphragm that is dropping. Diaphragm is not pushed out, it drops down. You feel the pressure at your navel. Mild. If you're getting this, your breath is anchored. Stabilized. Your breathing is not superficial then. It may be very, very gentle, but it is not superficial. Now invoke the Lord in whatever form you can relate to and offer a mental worship. No rules for this worship. It's your personal relationship with the Lord. Completely personal. The only rule is to make it as vivid as you can. Complete that worship. Pick up the arti plate for the final arti. See the camphor flaring up under the match. Offer the arti to the Lord. Put down the arti flame. Take the arti yourself. Now prostrate to the Lord and sit down for your japa. When you're doing the japa, you're not thinking of the Lord or anything else. When the chant is there, listen to the chant. When the chant is not there, you're listening to the silence. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 The chants died down into silence. You're watching the silence. The one that watches silence is silence. You're hearing my words in silence. You're hearing the words as silence. You are that silent being, silence awareness. In you, the silence, the sound, the thought is born. Into you, the silence, the thought dies down. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. The whole world enters you as a thought. The thought is born in silence, dies down into silence awareness that you are. Like a wave that does not displace the water, the thought does not displace you awareness. You're that silence awareness. Awareness that is silence. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamagacchate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can open your eyes and come back to normal thinking. I say come back to normal thinking. In times, this will be your normal thinking. Okay. Silence, awareness, thinking, silencing. Yeah. A wave does not disturb the water. So why should a thought disturb you? You don't have to wait for the thoughts to go to be awareness. Because the thought is rising in awareness, dying down into awareness. Your awareness always. Yeah. If you go to remove the thought to see awareness, you're like the guy who was sitting on the beach waiting for the waves to die down so he could have a dip in the ocean. In fact, it's not something new I'm saying. You're saying something different from what the other teachers say. No. Kena Upanishad, Bodham Pratibodhitam Manaha. What is it? Kena. Yeah. Yeah. They're in Mandukya also. So, yeah. Amatra Om and all that is this. Okay. Any questions, clarifications on what we did yesterday? Or clear to go ahead?
But Isha, what is the meaning of Isha?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Meaning of Isha?
The mantra, I just picked up a mantra because I get people from other religions also coming to my class. So Isha means the Lord. Hinduism, Isa Vasyamidam Sarva. Christianity, Isha was the old name for Jesus. Yeah. In India, we still use the same word, Yeshu. Yeshu, you know, so yeah, Sikhs use that. Okay. So it's more universal, global. Yeah. There's an Isha Foundation also. Yeah. Isha Yoga, Isha Foundation. It's all the whole world are. Nobody can claim copyright on these things. You know? Yeah.
So that we will think.
Yeah. So any mantra can be used. If you got a mantra from some guru or someone, use that mantra. No issues at all. No issues. Whatever you're comfortable with. If your mantra is wrong, break it up. Like if you're chanting the Gayatri, then after every line, follow the silence. I was too long. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Don't want to light up a bit. So, okay, then let's no questions. Let's get into the text. To do the fifth verse, right?
Yes.
I do this in my class all the time because I have people open the books before the next class. Like, you know, here it is yesterday, so it's okay. Okay. To Nishidde Krute Neti Neti iti Vakyaihi Samadhisthitânām Yadbhati Purnam Avastatrayatītam Advaitam Ekam Parabrahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi. Nishede Krute Neti Neti iti Vakyaihi. Chandogya, Neti Neti, it is negating. We already done that. In the sense, who am I? And the body, not the body. I am the one who observes, objectifies. All that is negation. Why is the negation important? Because From the roles onwards, I had taken everything to be me. So now I have to understand what I really am. Therefore, from me, whatever is not me has to be negated.
Mm.
You're not negating the body. I say you're not the body, is the body disappear? No. Thank God. I was keep negating, and after that, there's nobody left. You're negating the idea I am the body. The idea I'm a role. The idea that I'm the prana. Idea that I'm my emotions. The idea that I'm my knowledge. All these self-judgments we have made, that is what is being negated. Then what is left behind is what? I, the one who's aware of all this. That I is Parabrahman, that limitless consciousness, limitless existence, all that we saw yesterday. So, neti neti iti vakyehi, with all those sentence of negation. Now, a sentence of negation need not always be explicit. Supposing I make a statement, there is nothing but cloth. The kurta is negated or not? As a name and form is negated. No? I'm wearing the kurta, still negating it by shifting my attention. It is a shift of attention that is being focused upon. Okay? Because the idea, I am this, I am that.
So that
The roles you play.
that comes under judgment. That comes
Self-judgment, exactly. The self-judgment you make. And we can't help making it.
Yeah.
That's how you grew up as a process of socialization. You cannot bring up a child without any of these conditioning so that he will understand the truth. Not possible. He has to go through the rut. Because that is part of growing up. That is part of getting some emotional maturity. And without that emotional maturity, you're not going to understand the knowledge. It's a very catch-22 situation. You know, you have to go through all that mess to get out of the whole thing. Yeah. So, Swamiji, if people go earlier, is there an advantage? One way, yes. But the other way, flip side, emotional maturity has not happened. Yeah. So that's why the Upanishad says, Pariksha Lokan. After having examined the world, not experience everything. Nobody can experience everything in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody can tell me, you don't know what it is to be a parent. Yeah. You don't know what it is to be in a war. Yeah. So how can everybody experience everything? Nobody can. But you learn enough from your experiences to become a mature individual. Some experiences are necessary. From there, you extrapolate to the whole thing. Yeah. Sometimes an observer sees more of the game than the player, isn't it? Yeah. So there's where the whole thing is. So you extrapolate, Yeah. So neti iti vakyehi, I've negated all that I'm not. Samadhisthananam yad bhati purnam. When you're negated, what is left behind? Only you. But here he's talking about samadhisthananam. What is the translation? Yeah. The word samadhi is used in 3-4 different ways. One, as an experience that you get into, most popular one. But samadhi is also a name for the Atma. Yatra samadhiyete manaha, where the mind is resolved. When you're resolving the mind, where you're resolving it? Into yourself. No? Where will the wave resolve? Into the water. It can't resolve anywhere else. Okay. So samadhi becomes another name for the Atma, where the mind is resolved. Because where else the mind is resolved? Either into ignorance as in deep sleep, or when you're awake, you negated everything. What is left behind? You. Swamiji, but I had not gone to Samadhi. I didn't practice meditation. That practice is all background to help you get there. You can relax the body. That's setting up, pratyahara, withdrawing from the world. Yeah. Otherwise, what? Are you away from yourself at any time? You are away only in ignorance. You're always there. Therefore, when you negated what is there, only you are there. Yad bhati purnam, he says, samadhi sthananam, yad bhati purnam, yada bhati purnam. Then what? You appreciate it in its fullness, he says. When you negated everything, you appreciate it in its fullness. It's like no sun today. Can you say that? Sun is clouded over. We say that. Can we really say that? Sun is millions of kilometers across in diameter. This cloud is only a small little thing. It only covers my vision. There's a work called Hastamalikiyam by one of Shankara's youngest student. There he says, Ganachanna drishtihi ganachanna markam yatha manyate cha atimudaha. This great idiot, atimudaha, not ordinary idiot. Okay, atimudaha. Ganachanna drishti, ganena achannam drishtihi. The cloud covers my vision. And what do I say? Sun is covered. Ganachanna markam. The same way, my mind couldn't appreciate all the fullness of what I am because I was caught up in too many finite things, too many so-called important things. My child, my grandchild, all that. Mind is got natural. Therefore, what is neti neti? Withdrawing that idea, getting myself into what I really am, appreciating what I am. Negation is the term used. But what is that negation? Shifting my attention from the roles to the real. If the real is not understood, the roles appear as real. They're never real. They're never real. Even when you're so caught up in the role, that you'll hold on to the role. Because some roles are very serious like that. Okay. Lieutenant Colonel Ajit Singh, bracket retired. In fact, the army has said in India, don't use the term retired because the position is never retired. You're allowed to use that term. Why? That's a role where you're putting your life on the line. You're putting a life on the line. So how much committed you have to be to a role? As a CEO, you're putting a life on the line. Nothing of that sort. My work, my time, yes, nothing more than that. As a doctor, are you putting your life on the line? No, you're putting other people's life on the line. This is an old thing. Vaidyaraja Namastubhyam. The king of doctors, my son. Okay. Yamadeva Sahodaram, the brother of Lord of Death, Yama. Why? Yamastu Hariti Pranan. Yama takes only away my life. Vaidya Pranan Dhana Anicha. Vaidya takes not only my life, my wealth also. Old statement, it's true from time. But you're not putting a life on the line. But a service member puts his life on the line. That means what? Very much identified with the role. No? Difficult to drop. But I interacted with a lot of service officers. Some of them have been my students as well. They drop the role. They know it's only a role. When they say life and death is no big deal, you think a role is a big deal? I find the retired CEO, CEO, etc. They hold on to the role which they given up 10 years back. Yeah. The officer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like my friend Major General Suri in Delhi. I'm retired. Now what? Now my Patiala peg and tandoori chicken. Because when in service, they have to be fit and fine and everything. The idea is you're so caught up in the role, you miss the real. So you negate the role to understand the real. So samadhi sthananam yad yada bhati purnam. When you negate bhati purnam, with the teaching, of course, that's understood. Just by saying, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, then what are you? Ask the question, who am I? Negate all that you're not. Okay. The ignorant guy is sitting down. I'm not the body, not the mind. Okay. Then who am I? What answer will come? I don't know. If I don't know the truth and ask myself, who am I, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Nearly nothing will happen. What will happen? Tell me. If you have been exposed to the learning, then, okay, the teaching will come back to your mind. Otherwise, what will come back? Who am I? Bulla na jane me kon hu. It's an old song, like a modern song, not one. Forget who's the singer. Anyone remember the singer? I don't. Bulla, I think. Bulla Singh or something. I don't know who I am. I know I'm not Moses. I know I'm not this. I know I'm not Muhammad. But who am I? I don't know. That will be the condition. Because nobody has introduced you to yourself. But yatha bhati purnam is when you have been exposed to the learning, not otherwise. Otherwise, who am I will drive you crazy. Because you're not getting an answer. Then what will you say? There's a good book written by a psychologist. I think he would have preferred to be a guru, but he had to settle for being a psychologist. If you meet Buddha on the road, kill him. It's a Buddhist statement. That means even if the Buddha is preventing you from knowing yourself, dismiss him, kill him. So he quotes beautiful stories, all illustrating the truth. But his conclusion is what? There is no truth. Because an ignorant man trying to know the truth without a pramana, a means of knowledge, it doesn't work. So if there is a teaching there, then bhati purnam, you understand that you are the limitlessness itself. Then avastatraya atitam, that which is beyond the three states of experience, that which is there in and through the three states of experience, understood. So the translation makes that. Okay. Yeah.
So, in this neti exercise, whether you do it in meditation or objectively, what we're trying to do is just objectify. We're just trying to objectify what it is that we're saying.
It's because of objectification you can negate.
That we can negate. So if somebody who doesn't have access to the knowledge, is an atheist, they can still do the neti, right? But from your psychologist's point of view, you get to the neti, but then you get there and there's nothing, so you kind of drop everything.
In fact, if you do this without the teaching, you will get into a state of dissociation, which is dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Psychologically not healthy. You will get into a state of dissociative state. And you'll think that's a great spiritual experience. It is not. It's a psychological issue. It's a psychological issue. Yeah. Of a dissociative state. If I can't do this, I can't, very cynical, dissociative state you will get into. It's a dangerous thing to get into. So use neti, etc. along with the teaching, then fine.
But that's what the psychologist did,
Yeah.
right? He got to the
Yeah, that is,
conclusion.
yeah.
and-
He's presented all that because there's nothing. Then what am I? Nothing. Yeah, that's a strong condition. That's strong. And this thing came up in Buddhism not because of Buddha. When Buddha was asked about the Atma, he kept quiet. Probably thought the people were not ready for it. So what is Buddha's teaching? Very simple, very basic. 6th chapter of the Gita. Yuktahara viharasya yukta karmasu cheshtam. Proper food, proper right conduct, right this, that eightfold is this. That's all from the Gita, 6th chapter. Because the Gita was before Buddha, okay? Buddha was 500 BC, Gita is 3000 BC. So, all that is from there. When he has asked about the Atma, he kept quiet. Guys are not ready for it, yeah. You live like this and then come to me. Get a contemplative mind. Because that lack of extremes is necessary to be a meditator. If you're living a life of extremes, your mind is not calm enough to meditate. Unless you already settled in the truth, then your lifestyle doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. So, in that state, he kept quiet. 500 years later, a writer called Nagarjuna, he presented Atma Shunya in Buddhism. And there was another writer at the same time called Ashwagosha, also known as Avagosha, okay, who started saying, no, the Shunyam is not exactly Shunyam, is actually referring to the Atma, etc. If it is Shunyam, nothingness, there is no way you'll experience that or know that. How can you ever experience I am nothing? Because I am something, no? I am is self-evident. So I do this. Sometimes the rebellious, mischievous guy comes out. When I meet a Buddhist monk, I say, unto the Buddha, my salutations. I'm not the Buddha, I'm only a Bodhisattva. Maybe next lifetime. Why? Because this lifetime he is not experiencing himself as I am nothing. However many lifetimes you have, how are you going to experience I am nothing? Then I have also spoken to some Zen masters. They said, no, it is not really nothingness. It is nothingness of anything else. Only you are there. So then I said, can we then call it as non-conceptual reality? Yeah, that term fits. Have I invented a new term? Nirgunam Brahman, or I put a modern translation. That's all I have done. I don't speak anything other than the Shastra. It looks different sometimes. It's all the same thing. All the same thing.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
Swamiji. So
Yes, sir.
at the point of Brahman, from the perspective of the Brahman, which is attributeless, what's the difference between nothingness and limitless and
Good question.
fullness?
Good question. Okay. There is an apple on my hand. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. There's an apple. Can you see where that nothingness comes from? Then that apple is nothing, no? Correct? It doesn't exist. So we are presenting Brahman as free from all qualities. But then we are saying that Brahman is you. Are you nothing?
If I
Which I am. No, not the body, not the mind. All that has been negated. That pure conscious being, that is Brahman. So how can it be nothingness? Because I am not nothingness.
But those are attributes again.
Yeah.
We are then giving an attribute.
So
to
it is
Brahman.
not an attribute in the sense of all your self-judgments. But then you present it positively, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. That is the definition of Nirguna Brahman. Sagunam Brahman will be Yato imani bhutani jayante, from where all this world has come, etc. Ishvara. The definition of Saguna Brahman is Ishvara. What is the content of Ishvara? Nirgunam Brahman. So is Nirgunam Brahman itself that is Ishvara. There is no separate. One is Sagunam, one is Nirgunam. No, only one. When you look at the same entity, along with the world, Ishvara. When you look at what the core of Ishvara is, Nirgunaha, pure consciousness. Yeah, it's presented positively, not as nothingness. Because it happens to me, and I am. I can never negate I am. I'm the guy who's negating everything else, including my body, mind, etc. So, if it is presented as only, like I said, can't see, can't smell, can't taste, then it doesn't exist, you can say. But then we are presenting it positively also. That which is beyond the three states of experience, that which is there in all the three states of experience. The second part is important. Why? Look at it. If I put it as only a fourth state, I said this yesterday also, is beyond the three. Then you will put it as some other state that you have to get into, like how you got into sleep, how you got into dream, how you got into waking. You have to get into this. Then all of them become mutually exclusive. Then how can you present it as limitlessness? Waking is not limitless because dream limits it, deep sleep limits it. None of the state is limitless because it limits each other. So if Turiya is limitlessness, it has to be not limited by any of the three. How can that be? Because consciousness manifest in a waking mind is the waker, the waking world. Consciousness manifests in a dream is the dream world and the dreamer. Consciousness manifest only in ignorance is the deep sleep state. Consciousness is present in all the things. It is present in all the three states. It is beyond all the three states also. You can negate the three states and consciousness still is. Three states are there, consciousness is there. Negate the three states, consciousness is there. The three states are that which comes and goes. Mithya, consciousness is Nityam, Satyam. That's how it's presented. Because I'm the conscious being. Unlimited by the three states. But in and through all the three states. I want to understand water. That which is beyond all the waves, but that's also in and through all the waves. Yeah. Similarly, what is space? Remember yesterday I told that kid come and asking, Swami uncle, what is space? There where the sun and the moon and the stars are. Oh, when I grow big, I'll get into a rocket and go. Not necessary. Because there's a man and right here. What is there between you and me is space. And I feel hungry, what is there in space? If I can't understand that, much more space than necessary. So, it is presented like that. Okay.
Can,
Huh?
can I ask a follow-up?
Please ask.
So you said that consciousness exists.
Consciousness?
Exists.
Yeah.
Even when you remove everything.
Yes.
But isn't that also then an attribution?
That also,
we are saying
how?
that it exists. So existence.
When
itself-
existence gets an attribute, it becomes a name and form. Look at it. When cloth
so
gets an
because we
attribute.
couldn't say-
Listen.
Sorry.
When the cloth gets an attribute, it becomes a kurta. Does the kurta displace the cloth? Do I have to tear up the kurta to appreciate the cloth? I just have to shift my attention from the attribute to the reality, isn't it? Same way here. I have to shift my attention from the roles, from my body, mind, etc., to what I really am. That's what the teaching does. Shifting of attention. Because I am is known, always known.
When we say neti, this is not
The neti is negation.
negation.
Negation of the idea that I am the body, I am the roles that I play, I am the mind, I am the emotions, I am my knowledge. All these are self-judgments on I. Because I am manifest in the names and forms, I have made self-judgment based on that. So the self-judgments are negated. Body is not negated. I say you're not the body. Body still remains. That's what I'm saying. half an hour back. You negate, I'm not the body. The body disappear? No, it doesn't. It's there. But I am not the body. Body may be mine for the time being. It's what I use. It's what I'm intimately connected with. Not me. Not me.
So many, we're doing neti, you're dropping the identification.
Mhm.
But can we say that then we're identifying with the consciousness?
The consciousness is what you are. Now, why do we use the term identify with the consciousness? Because I shifted my identities to other things. So, really speaking, I'm always a consciousness. When I know, when I don't know, when I'm wise, when I'm an idiot, all the time I'm consciousness. I say identify because you are identified with too many other things. So, pull it back to what you really are. Then everything becomes a role. Then the whole thing becomes a role. All the world is a stage, men and women, but actors. Shakespeare. He had an insight into it. Yeah. So that's it.
Obviously, when we say making it, when negating everything,
Mm. Yeah.
he said it's only the consciousness
That's why
body. The same thing when we shift and we say, I'm Purnam.
Yeah.
How do we shift our understanding from
that
this?
Purnam is what I was explaining whole of yesterday, remember? Consciousness as limitlessness, the reality behind the world as pure existence, how existence and consciousness are one and the same. That is Purnam, limitlessness.
So is that a different kind of
Don't try to quantify it. When you do this, you're quantifying it, you're conceptualizing it. No. I am Purnam. Means what? Limitless. Means what? Unconditioned by time and space. Means what? The whole world depends upon you. So, really speaking, Neti is not saying I am not the body. Here the crux. I am independent of the body is dependent on me. Right now, our experience is different. I am dependent on the body. That is why all the tapas, etc., that we said yesterday, to come to the understanding, hey, body is an instrument, it does what I want to do. That's why Vivekananda said there's a lot of spirituality in football. Why? You're forcing your body, You're gasping for breath, your legs are tired. No, go and get that ball. Chase the guy. Why? Body listens to you, but we are Sukhajivis, comfort oriented. Oh my God. I want the temperature at 22 degrees, not 21, not 23. Revade, as we say in Gujarati. Yeah.
So are you
Let
saying
us let me just finish this, okay? So we are so dependent on the body. Every 4 hours, something has to go in. Ekadashi fast. Minimum 24 hours or 36 hours. Very good. Autophagy happens. That is fringe benefit here. Autophagy, etc. For a seeker is fringe benefit. But fasting is what? Body is demanding food every 4 hours. Now 36 hours. Means what? You're telling the body, shut up. I'm in charge. Yeah. Telling the body, yeah, I'm in charge. Same way emotions. I'm feeling. Change your feelings. How do you change? Changing the feelings is a bit more tricky. So first I'll validate you. Validate your emotion. Validation doesn't mean you're right. I'm feeling upset. I accept that. I understand that. That's validation. I understand. That is validation. Because you feel understood. Then I help you change your thinking so that feelings change. That is the whole process of therapy. Though therapy is a long, drawn out process. Why? Because the therapist has to live, no? Come on, yaar. I'm joking. Therapy is as a process, it works. Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. Everything is to an extent. Yeah. So, emotion change, thinking change, cognitive changes. Generally a bit easier if you're a thinker. But if you're a thinker, you can hold on to your idea and find it difficult to drop. I have a Qigong master coming to me. So according to all, the whole practice will get them to realization. And he tells me, last step I can't take. I say, champ, you have to come to Vedanta for the last step. No, I'm going to try it in this process. I said, try. I'm there for the next 25 years. Try up to then, okay? Try for the next 10 years. After that, come back. After that, I won't be there. Then you'll have to go to my student, which you may not like. Here we are friends. I mean, he's younger than me by 10 years, so I can joke with him on that. But that's how it is. Yeah. The last step is always cognitive. Because I have to appreciate what I am. So the general process is this is dependent on me. I am independent of this. Emotions are dependent on me. I am independent of the emotions. That's why I can take a step back and change it. Thinking is based on me. I am independent. That's why I can change my thinking. Otherwise, we hold on. My idea is my baby. I can't give it up. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Your question, ma'am.
So are you saying that it's just a movement in
Yeah.
awareness, a movement in awareness?
Hmm.
That's all we're doing. Movement.
Yeah,
in
shifting from this to
That's it.
awareness. Yeah.
and when there's no such thing as duality or non-duality. It's just
What the reality is. So we say non-dual because non-duality is a fact. Duality is an appearance. It's an experiential thing.
So it's moving from an awareness of duality to an awareness of non-duality.
It's not exclusive like that. When you see the ocean, you see the lots of waves. Do you miss the water? So water is non-dual. Waves are duality. See both. In one sweep of vision, isn't it? Same way here. Flat earth is a fact of your experience. Round earth is reality. They call it now geoid shape or something like that. They call it because it's not exactly round. You'll bulges here and there. Yeah. Bulges, not exactly round. So you don't miss, but that's a fact. Yeah. Now that seems so. What difference does it make? It made a difference a long time back when people thought the world was flat, and if you sail too far out, you'll fall off the edge of the earth. That time it made a huge difference. Now, because we are grown up with that fact, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. So there are other things that will make a difference. Yeah. Same thing. Anything in ignorance that you take as real becomes an issue.
So the scriptures talk about purification of the mind.
What is that?
A lot of the scriptures talk about purification of the mind.
Pure?
Purification.
Verification.
Purification.
Purification.
Of the
Okay.
mind.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
is no purification.
Nay, there is of the mind, not the Atma. See, my mind, we have an expression in Hindi in Bombay, you know, बहुत भूसा भरा हुआ है. It's full of too much of nonsense. Take it off. Decondition. So decondition is the mind, not of me, not I, the consciousness. Mind, yeah, it's caught up in too many things: hurt, pain, guilt, anger. Hey, you're caught up in grief. I'm saying you're Ananda. That Ananda will come filtered through the grief. That grief will block me from understanding. My anger, very angry guy. I'm saying, it's all one consciousness. Yeah, but not that guy. No, it's coming filtered through my anger, etc. Therefore, hey, take care of those things. Take care of those things. Do a grief recovery, heal, do some anger management, take care of that. Whatever process works for you. You have various processes: experiential, emotional, cognitive. I tend to lean towards the cognitive side because most people coming to me are thinkers. So the cognitive thing works well. But there are behavioral ways of doing it also. Certain things require grief, etc., require some emotional validation also. Whatever works, works. Take care. That is what we call purification, because that mind now can think clearly, feel strongly, and act decisively. This is a mature mind. This is a mind that will understand Vedanta. Think clear, feel deep. People sometimes they think, no, I have to be a Vairagi, don't feel. Hey, we are talking about Vedanta, not a Vulcan, not Captain, not Mr. Spock, Commander Spock from Star Trek. No. You're talking of human beings. Yeah.
Probably use the emotion side for bhakti anyway, don't we? I
Huh?
mean, we used our emotions
Hmm.
for bhakti,
Yeah.
to feel
Now, what is okay?
to feel
Good
the
question.
love. You
I'll
need
deal with it.
emotion, right? It's
Correct.
the emotional side we're using.
So, remember one thing. It's always thoughts that create feelings. This is one thing to be understood. If I think he's a nice guy, I'll have feelings of friendliness towards him. If I think he's a rogue, he's an idiot. My feelings are governed by what I think, what I understand. So, bhakti is an emotional response to my understanding of Ishvara, God. So, this emotion can express itself in 100 different ways. No? Like I had a lot of bhakti towards my teacher. But I wouldn't be singing, sitting around singing bhajans around her. Someone can. There were a lot of people who would sing and compose bhajans and everything. That's great for them, not for me. My way of expressing bhakti was, Swamiji, what do you want to get done? It'll be done. That's me. So traditionally, we talk about 9 forms of bhakti. Yeah. Like I always say, the bhakti of the gopis, what pure, unadulterated bhakti. Yeah, fine. But my background is Navy, services, etc. What about the bhakti of his soldiers, his Narayani Sena? The gopis only had to make love to him. Yeah, I mean, they had to share him with everyone. That's a bit difficult. The Narayani Sena, his army had to put their lives on the line. No? Hey, you will not reach Krishna until you pass through me. That is bhakti or not bhakti?
Yeah.
More difficult bhakti, na? You're putting your life on the line. Come on. Bhakti of Arjuna. Buddy, friend. Right? Like, I have this guy, a friend in Bombay. He was like a buddy to Swamiji. He would drive Swamiji all the way around and nothing. So once driving from Bombay to Baroda, we almost met with an accident. So Swamiji jokingly told him, don't worry, if you had met in an accident, I would have pulled you out and taken you with me. And he's driving and thinks, Swamiji, don't tempt me with the next lorry that comes. To go with you, I'll come. His bhakti is different. Can you see that? But that's also bhakti. So the emotion depends on the person. How it is expressed. Emotion is same. Response to your understanding of Ishvara. A soldier may say, my sword at his service. That's bhakti. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you explain? I never knew 9 ways of bhakti.
Beg your pardon?
9 ways of bhakti.
Oh, yeah. Then it is Sakhyam, it is Prema. There's so many varieties. Contemplation is bhakti. Meditating on the Lord is bhakti. Singing bhajans is bhakti. There is. Narada Bhakti Sutra gives you the whole list of traditional forms. Why 9? 9 is just 9 of the presentation. There can be 100 forms of bhakti. As many people, that many forms can be there. Yeah. Even in Seva, you can say, no, certain things I will not do. I will do anything I'll do. What do you want? I'll do. Each person is different. Look at it. There were 2 patriots. One is Kumbhakarna in Ramayana. My country, right or wrong? Ravana, I told you, all this will lead to the destruction. But I'm your brother. I'll put my life on the line for you and my country. I'll do that. Bhakti. Vibhishana. No. Dharma is more important. Rama is the Lord himself. So you can't support your country if the ruler is doing something wrong. I will save the surviving Rakshasas. That was Vibhishana. Two opposite actions. For Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana was a traitor. Vibhishana understood what Kumbhakarna was doing. Are you seeing this?
Yeah,
But yeah, two different, but both were bhaktas. Both were Desha Premis.
devotion.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I used to argue with my teacher also. They say, Swamiji, this is not the way. It will not work. I know the local situation. Okay, tell me how. So step by step by step. Okay, do that way. Or sometimes I know, but I still want it done this way. Okay, I will do it that way then. But I pointed out what will work, what will not work in my thinking.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
but that's what seva is about. So bhakti expresses in 100. Yeah, in North India, bhakti is bhajan singing. South India, it's pujas. There also bhakti expresses differently. It's cultural expressions. Yeah. So bhakti can express in 100 different ways. Yeah, that is born of your understanding. Finally, the greater the love, the greater the sense of identification, isn't it? You love somebody. It's a friend. Okay. It's my romantic partner. We have one. You're not one, you're two, but you feel like that. You are one until you say, I love you. Until all the fights come.
Reality is
No, hold on. So, the greater the love, the greater the identification. So, what is Advaita? Saying God and I are one and the same. As consciousness, we are one and the same. That's called Parabhakti. There's a term for it. It's called Parabhakti, absolute bhakti. That is not an emotional thing. That is an understanding. That's purely cognitive.
makes sense.
Various bhaktis. Now your question.
No, I was just elaborating that actually the emotion element of your
Yeah.
existence is not a negative thing because we use it for bhakti. That was
So have your emotion, good.
yeah.
Commitment to the study is an emotion. Commitment is emotional, intellectual and emotional also. Because you have to put your heart into it.
Exactly.
That's also bhakti. You leave home, you're given away your money, this, that, etc. When you're pursuing the truth, you don't know where the next meal is going to come from. You're living on bhiksha. It requires a lot of bhakti. No? I'm staying in a nice home. I'm having a puja, calling friends over, this, that, etc. Very comfortable bhakti. Is bhakti all right? But it's in a more comfortable setup. The sadhu goes, Bhavate Bhiksham Dehi. Samji, do you keep Ekadashi fast? No. Why? Because in Rishikesh, when I was staying, when I get food, that day I eat. When I don't get food, that is Ekadashi. You want to say you had days when you didn't have? Of course, there were days like that. That's the Lord's will. Why? In Banaras, Varanasi, Shankara went for Bhiksha once. He didn't get food. Can you imagine someone like Shankara? Nobody gave him food. So what did he do? He went into the Devi temple there. Annapurne Sadapurne Shankara Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehi Chaparvati. I have to keep my body alive until my knowledge is settled. Therefore, Bhiksham Dehi Chaparvati. That is bhakti. Can you see how bhakti expresses in a million ways? Million ways.
Thank you.
We are conditioned to think only this is bhakti.
Mm.
So we separate. This is bhakti yoga. This is karma yoga. This is jnana. You're one human being. Oh, then we need integral yoga. Narayana. Yeah. What all? I mean, anything you say, you create a category of it and make a mess of it. Your emotions, yeah. Then some bhakti is naturally there. You're a thinker, basically, yeah. Then cognitive understand. I'm all emotion. Through emotion will I reach the Lord? You will reach the Lord. Not understand Lord and you are one and the same. That requires cognitive. But what about Mirabai and all? Have you heard Mira's songs? Before she met her teacher, Totapuri or someone. No, not Totapuri, it was Ramakrishna. Forget. Narasim Mehta and there was someone else. Getting old. I'm forgetting that name. I always forget that name.
Yeah.
So before she met her guru, her songs about Krishna were all of longing. No? After she studied, आंख में छौली छोड़ो अब तू मन के बासी रे. All this hide and seek with me. You are in my heart. You and I are one. भव सागर सब सूख गया है. सागर भव सागर है. samsara. Dried up. There is no samsara. फिक्र नहीं अब तरने की. There is no more any worry about crossing the ocean. There is no ocean. That ocean was a delusion. No ocean of samsara. I am free. Yeah. Meera ke Prabhu Girdhar Nagar. He was a Nagara. Nagara means Nagarat Agataha. He was a city sophisticate, okay? Not Gopala. You'll never find Meera using the word Gopala. So that bhakti is different. Why? Because now she understood what it was. Before, it was all about longing. But Samaji, Meera as a 16-year-old girl, when she saw the Rana coming, she thought it was Krishna himself coming. Poor kid. To that Meera, I'll put an arm around her and say, Betty, that's a delusion. Meera is deluded. The 16-year-old Meera. Because if it was really Krishna coming, she would have been happy with him. No? You're married to Krishna. Now what do you want? You would have been happy. Why do you have to leave home and start searching for Krishna? Hey, he's your life partner. Yeah, he may be busy with his duties as a Rana, but basically he's there with you. No? That was deluded thinking. To that Meera, my compassion. To the mature Meera, my salutations. It's different. She was a different being altogether. So can you see how the things change? Para Bhakti always, however devotional you are, you require that cognitive understanding.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have make these false divisions.
Mm.
For the intellectual Jnana Yoga, for the emotional Bhakti Yoga, for the active Karma Yoga, and one is good for none of these, Hatha Yoga. Foolishness. The guy's all head. Intellectual. Open up his heart a bit. Na? Give him Bhakti Yoga. It's all too much on his head. Let his heart open up a bit. This guy is all heart. You give him more Bhakti, he'll melt. Strengthen him up. Give him some cognitive thinking. Yeah, that's my way.
Yeah.
That's the traditional way. This guy is too active. You're going to make him more active. Quieten him down. Quieten him down with some Hatha Yoga. Sit down. Slow down. Slow movements, not vinyasa. Yin yoga. Slow down, slow down. This guy is already lazy, is doing nothing. Go, make him active. Make him active. Are you getting the idea? Well, all this wrong categorization we have made. Who made it? God knows. It is not traditional.
He did, no?
It's not traditional. Someone has made it somewhere in the history, it got corrupted.
Exactly.
Traditionally, we never say this. Lokesmin divida nishta pura prokta maya naga. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Very clear cut. Only two lifestyles. Both is involved in pursuing the truth. Both are involved in pursuing the truth. One is the expressway. You give up everything and you pursue the truth to the exclusion of everything else, called sannyasa. The other is the scenic route. You pursue the truth along with everything else, family, this, that, etc. You stop to smell the roses on the way. Two lifestyles, not two margas, two lifestyles. Then later on he says, Ekam yogam sankhyam cha, ya pashyati sab pashyati. Those who understand both as one, he sees it. Prutakiti balaha vadanti. They talk, only kids talk about it as separate. Why? Both you pursuing the truth, both you need understanding, both you need your mind to be ready. So if your mind is ready and everything, then go on the expressway. but your car is 1980 model. Relax, relax. Take the scenic route. Because you need some growth happening. For that, you need life experience. You need some data to analyze. You have priorities to take care of. Take the scenic route. No, I don't have any priorities. Free bird. Why are you wasting your time? Take the expressway. So that's all. Both are one. Both requires learning. Both requires Ishvara. Both requires devotion. Both require understanding. Both requires taking care of this. So what way are they different? Expressway and scenic route. That's all. There's no four paths. Four paths is a myth somebody has started. Tradition doesn't talk about four paths. All over the world, I hear four paths, four paths. कहाँ से? I looked all over the Upanishads, all over the Gita, all over the traditional works of Vedanta, from beginners' texts like Vijnana Nauka, etc., all the way to Siddhi Granthas. Nowhere the four paths are. Nowhere. Swamiji, but so-and-so's writings. I'm talking of traditional source books. I'm not talking about what some champion has written. That way, there are a lot of people who can write a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can write Vedanta through the martial way. Tell me, I'll present it. People will think that is the only way they'll think. Because martial arts prepared my mind. What to do? I'm the way of the warrior. Prepared my mind, but that doesn't mean that's the only way. If you're not a warrior, you'll not understand Vedanta. So get some martial art training into your life. So 60-year-olds will come into my ashram and I will be teaching combat with stick. Not necessary. Are you getting the idea? The four paths, etc., dismiss it from your mind. It doesn't exist. In traditional thinking, it is not there. But yad bhati purnam. Okay? Yad bhati. 10:30, na? Yad bhati purnam. Avastatrayam atitam. Advaikam ekam. It is not the fourth, it is the one. Ekam. It's not turiyam fourth, it is one. Ekam. Parabrahma nityam tadevaham asmi. That Brahman, the consciousness, limitlessness, that is what I really am. Okay. Other things, roles. So how many roles are you playing? Half a dozen? 10, 20, 30, 100? What's the problem? They're roles. They're the roles. This is the real. Yeah. That's how it is. Yeah. Advaitam ekam. Yeah. Because, again, Turiya is not a state. I said that Turiya is independent of the three states, in and through the three states. The consciousness is presented as a fourth. Remember, Amitabh Bachchan, the photograph, fourth photograph. That is the real one. Why? These are three roles. This is the person. This is the person. Yeah. So, same way here. Three roles: waking, dream, and deep sleep. I, the real. Independent of the three states. The three states are dependent on me. I am independent of the three. So sometimes it's good to push. See this problem of understanding now, because even though I am independent of the body, I am so dependent on it. I am independent of my emotions, but I let my emotions rule me. If I have emotions, it's beautiful. Why? Can express love with compassion, with anger, even anger when necessary. Why not? So it's beautiful. But I allow them to rule me. Then I'm a slave to my emotions. I don't have emotions. Emotions has me. My thinking, great. I'm a thinker. Thinking is dependent on me. I'm independent on my thinking. No, Swamiji, I can't stop without thinking. Thinking is like having a samurai sword. Have you ever seen a warrior carrying the sword in his hand all the time? The sword is sheathed. When necessary, it comes out. So when you think when you need to, when you don't need to think, don't think. Chitta vritti nirodha. Highest is samadhi. Remember yoga. What is samadhi? Staying without thinking. That is easy. That's easy. Samji, they're so difficult because you're caught up in your thinking. You let the thinking drive you. You're overthinking. We do that all the time, isn't it? So you say, put a stop, stop, stop. Ishvara, leave it to the Lord. That's one way of dealing with it. Overthinking. Leave it to the Lord. What has to happen will happen. You're using your emotion, your devotion to take care of your overthinking. That's where the whole thing comes. So sometimes it's good to push your mind, push your body, so that you understand you're independent of them. Let's say all the religious discipline like fasting, etc., or doing things, is all meant for what? To show you're the boss, not the body. Body wants food, forget it. Not going to give it. Yeah. Body won't sleep. Navaratri, 9 nights, you're awake like an owl. So Navaratri was first. You sit down, worship, contemplate. But sleep is strong. Lifetime habits, sleeping in the night. So what do? They gave some movement so that you will be awake. You know, the lamp is kept in the center representing Devi. That lamp is beautiful. It's a pot with holes. Lamp inside. Consciousness inside. Manifest through all my sense organs. It's a beautiful symbolism there. You move around. Why? Because you'll keep awake. So sing some bhajan and move around. Nowadays it has become Navratri is one. Disco dandiya. That is not what it is meant to be. I mean, it's like bhajan clubbing. Okay. Have you heard of bhajan clubbing? Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a fad. Yeah. So, body demands sleep. You're saying, no, I'll be awake. It is not. रात को खाओ पियो दिन को आराम करो. It is not like that. You know, you keep awake in the night drinking and feasting and daytime go to sleep. No. Daytime you're doing your work, other things. Work goes on. 9 days like that, difficult. Yeah. Just a couple of hours of sleep. But that is what you're disciplining yourself. It is not healthy to keep it going like that. Oh, somebody I'll do with 4 hours sleep. No. That's not healthy. Bare minimum 6 hours you need. Absolute minimum. But Swamiji, in yoga, there are techniques. Yes, I'm aware of them. I use them also occasionally. If you use it on a regular basis, you're destroying your health.
Yeah.
So it is a discipline so that you can be. Shut up. I decide I'm the boss. Good, forget it. I'm in grief, I'm feeling upset. Forget it. Go, get the job done. You can cry about it afterwards. Afterwards, you don't feel the need to cry about it.
Yeah.
You're not pushing it into the subconscious. That's not what you're doing.
Really.
You're showing your mind who's the boss. Emotions are in you. You have the emotions. Then you understand you're independent of all this. Then Neti is easy. Because you are the independent guy. That is dependent on you. Now we are dependent on that. How can I negate I am the body? I negated I am the body. Then one mosquito came and bit. How can I meditate? Poor mosquito also has to have
Food.
its food and drink. Now your food and drink for the mosquito. Correct, no? Your food and drink for the mosquito. Now what to do? And all mosquitoes don't bite. Only a pregnant mosquito bite. This is what I heard. I don't know for sure. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not verified this, so I'm not sure. But they say a pregnant mosquito requires a blood meal. So you can't give a drop of blood to a pregnant mother? And you say, I'm a compassionate person. I'm exaggerating to highlight certain things, okay? How we are so victimized by these things. Yeah. So mosquito bites, I can't meditate. Then think of Bhishma lying on the bed of arrows giving discourses. I can't be that. No, you can't be that. I accept that. But a mosquito bite should not disturb you. That much you can do. No? It's not an arrow entering your leg. It's only a mosquito. Can you see what tapas, etc., handling the mind is about? It's only this much. It's only this. Those days we used to go to Rishikesh. Why? Living in Rishikesh was tapas. Winter, cold. And what do you have? One jacket. That's all you have. Not enough. It's cold. Yeah. But you bear with it. Tapas. Summer is so hot you can fry eggs on the rocks. You leave an egg out there, you'll get a sunny side up. Or what we used to call in the army as bullseye. In 5 minutes. So hot. On the rocks outside our ashram. Yeah. Rainy season, flooded out. Except for winter, malarial right around the year. Living is tapas there. No? And then if you're going to live on Bhiksha, more tapas. Swamiji, that must have been a tough time. Happiest time in my life. Happiest time. Why? Learning and growing is happening. You're owning up this knowledge. I am that Parabrahma, Aham Asmi. Aur kya chahiye? So that tapas, etc., the difficulties you expose yourself to only to take care of the mind. That purification of the mind, you say, I dictate things to the mind. Mind does not dictate what I am. That's all the tapas is. Yeah. Actually, sports, etc., can give you a lot of this. But the only tragedy in today's life is when they are in training, all that is. After that, they go on binges.
Yeah.
So that control goes off. That mastery goes off. Because you are controlled to get that money to you can binge. That's why it becomes haywire. That's why it becomes haywire. Yeah. Otherwise, the mind is ready. Yeah, mind is ready. But then because of the money, etc., they go into excesses of things. The control, that mastery goes off. Not control. I want to like to use the word control for the mind. Mastery. That mastery goes off. Yeah, otherwise, sports, etc., is great to get the mastery.
Same thing like yoga. No, it's a good mastery. Yoga is, but we
Mm.
have that balance and
Yeah.
to know. We're not doing things
Yeah.
to binge, but we trying
True.
to improve.
Yeah. So once that mastery is there, you are exposed to the learning. How can you not know the truth? Yeah, it's not a question of, oh, it's difficult. You have to know the truth. There's no other way. Yeah. The teaching will push you to know it. You can't avoid it. If the mind is ready, it happens very easily. So all the effort that I do is the sadhana, the discipline. What sadhana will I do? Many people come and ask. For everyone, I give something different.
Yeah.
Why? What do they need?
Yeah.
What do they need? What way is their mind not mastered? Everyone doesn't need the same thing. Okay, just 2 minutes. One guy, youngster, came to me. It was a beginner's class. He's struggling to understand. I saw him struggling. So after the class, I called. What do you do? This? Swamiji, I written my graduation, but I flunked. I'm not graduated. I said, what do you do? I thought maybe youngster, college, etc., you get distracted. Understandable. You're young. There's freedom. Nobody putting pressure on you. And if they're putting pressure, you're rebelling against that. So things can go a bit haywire. Understandable. What do you? You're watching too many movies, going out with girls. What? No, Swamiji. I do 100 malas of japa every day. Problem is very clear. So Swamiji, I don't know what to do. My mind is so dull. I can't understand anything. I said, I can make your mind active again. Are you willing to do what I say? I don't think you can do what I say. Swamiji, I'll do anything. Okay. Instead of 100 malas, do only 3 a day. I would have liked to say don't do anything, but he will not be able to take it.
Yeah.
So do only 3 malas. I said, yeah, only 3 malas.
Yeah.
Every day you're going to watch TV for half an hour. Sadhana, watching TV. Every weekend, one movie you're going to see. Why? The things that will make our mind dull are the things that will make his mind active, because his mind is so dull. And so someone hears, that Swami from Bombay, he gave somebody TV watching and movie watching as sadhana. What type of a Swami is that? A Swami, you understand what the guy needs.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
Once a week, Friday night, go out with friends. Because 100 malas, even at 5 minutes a mala, will take 500 minutes. How many hours is that? 6 hours? 8 hours. He's doing every day. Mind is not ready for that. Samajhi, but some monks do limited time, 1 month, and that's it.
Yeah.
Limited time. Otherwise, it will dull on you. It will dull on you.
It's not necessary either.
Yeah, that's it. So I had to give him a different type of sadhana, because his mind required that. Every mind requires something different. There are certain common things, because all minds have certain common issues. Handling your emotions, getting clearer thinking, all that is common. You would do invoking some bhakti out of you, because you don't feel that thing strongly enough. Or someone feels too strongly. They say, cut down your puja part. You're spending 4 hours on it every day. Too much. Yeah. Do puja to the Swarupa of the Lord by understanding the truth, not to just form. Vangmayi puja, all this is worship of the Lord, but in a different way, to this real nature, not to the form. So each mind requires what it is. So you have to decide what your mind requires. Once you identify your realities, then you come and talk to me. I can help you with that if you need help. Or you may find what you can do yourself, which is also fine. Yeah. Makes my job easier, right? You're taking care of it. I can then teach a profound mind. Yeah.
Swami, likewise for some grahasthas, can there be something like too much Vedanta also? Like there's some
For a grahastha, yeah,
like-
if he is going to so many classes and camps and things, that is neglecting his family, then that can be too much. If you're neglecting your family in the name of it being spiritual, then definitely, yes. You can't neglect your family. You have to balance out the whole thing. Balance your spiritual goals, balance the family requirements, especially if you have young kids. Kids need you. They need your presence. They don't, more than the money, they need your presence. So pay attention to that. Yes, sir.
So, sorry, there's good. You said you were talking about emotions, how emotions are important, so on. So, whereas Krishna in Gita says like Gatasum Nagatasumscha Nanu Shoshanti.
Yeah, that is the goal he's painting. Once you know the wisdom, you will not grieve over anything.
But he says wise men are
Exactly.
not grieving.
The wise men are those who understand.
Here,
Yeah.
should we grieve or not?
Okay. So let us say Krishna himself or any other wise person, Vyasa, etc. Okay. Or even a champion like me goes to a house where there is death. Are we going to say, what is birth? What is death? If I say that, I deserve a whack. I am not touched by that grief, but I can empathize with the people's grief. No? There's empathy in me. So I'll validate their emotions, their grief. Teaching can come later. But your job is that of a teacher. My job is also to validate people. Otherwise, teaching won't work. So Krishna said that to Arjuna. He was painting the goal. This is what wisdom is. Freedom from grief is equal to wisdom. Wisdom means freedom from grief. The other way around is true. Wisdom means freedom from grief. Which grief? The existential grief, the unwept sorrow that is there in every human heart. The grief of losing somebody is overt grief. But there is a hidden grief inside, born of your sense of finitude, your existential issues, born of isolation, loneliness. That grief is what Krishna is talking about there. Yeah. That requires a little bit of traditional learning to get into that. Yeah. So shall we take a break now and come back by 11 o'clock?